Welcome to Comics on a Pyre, a channel to have a meaningful conversation over movies, life, books, and shows, and maybe just a spot to spend time BSing over comics. If you like your entertainment with a bit of substance, then you, my vagabond friend, have come to the right tavern. Tether your horse by the post and come right on in and warm yourself by the fire. Tap that subscribe button, and for the next few minutes, my fellow George Carlin reprobate, lend me your ear. The Black Forest, just on the edge of Angren. A forest more dead than alive. Hardly anything grows here. The grounds are more a home to the moss, mushrooms, and lichen than they are to lush green grass. Anything that feeds on the dead or necrotic thrives in this barren domain. The moorish lands surrounding the forest are a sign of the life that can be found within. No wayfarer travels here. This is no one's destination. It is a crossway from here to there, a blighted area that must be traversed to get to your destination. The only ones that reside here are the dead and a lone, half-crazed, senile old man who's donned a rendered, worn-out deer hide as cover. His hirsute figure trudges through the marsh. Like a waiting bird, it stalks its prey. And like an ebon cormorant, when the moment is right, he strikes, swiftly plunging his net into the stagnant marsh at his feet, sloshing the muddled water about. There, in his moment of victory, Jacob the Recluse admires his handiwork, never the wiser of the witcher who approaches on horseback. With a startled, perfunctory reaction, Jacob draws his sword, brandishing his keen-edged steel. But Geralt, the witcher, calms the hermit's nerves, stating he wishes the old man no harm. It has been days that he's wandered these lands, and Jacob is the first person he's seen in leagues. It would be nice to talk to another being other than Roach, his horse. No offense to Roach. With a brief introductory, the two proffer each other their goods. Jacob, his bread and cheese, and Geralt, his wine. Just then, in the moment of their introduction, Geralt's citron eyes glow ablaze. Unnatural bubbles break the water's surface, and like a cat, instinctively ready to strike, the witcher leaps with his hand to his blade. Pushing the old man aside, the hoard-haired warrior plunges into the stream at sword point, slashing its surface. Out of nowhere, slimy, crocodilian hands dart out beneath the water's depths, pulling and yanking the water further into the deeper fathoms. Finally, able to gain some resemblance of composure, Geralt drives his sword into the drowner's belly, asphyxiating the creature to the fen's muddy bottom. Within seconds, the turbulent water of death gives way to a placid demeanor. Minutes later, with the aquatic threat disposed of, the two men sit warming themselves by the fire. With the perch spit roasting over the flames, each exchanges stories of their past travels. Jacob tells of his lost love, Marta, the only woman he ever loved. How her hair was the color of ebonite, and her skin texture, the feel of silk. She died 9 years ago, and since such time, Jacob still holds her memory nestled in his bosom, unable to move on. Geralt, hearing such sorrow, gives his condolences to the widower's lost. It must be very lonely to live out in these fens alone, he states. To this statement, Jacob gives a soft chuckle before sipping the wine. Alone? Oh no, I haven't been alone in years. Marta is always here, watching over. Hello, comic aficionados, and welcome to another installment of Comics on the Pyre. Today, I will be going over The Witcher, House of Glass, written by Paul Tobin and drawn by Joe Quario. This story arc collects 5 issues published by Dark Horse Comics way back in 2014. Now, if you've been living under a rock, The Witcher is a fantasy adventure series of novels and short stories written by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski. The series revolves around Geralt of Rivia, who is a witcher, a sort of demon hunter. The novels have been very popular, having been adapted into comics, video games, and now the up-and-coming Netflix series debuting on the 20th of this month of the same name. With all that said, the graphic novel The Witcher, House of Glass, I would say was a great read. Having read the first novel in the Witcher series, The Last Wish, I was somewhat familiar with the character. This House of Glass story arc stays true to the Witcher theme and feels authentic. As in the novels, no Witcher story is truly what it seems to be, as it is presented to you anyway in the beginning. You are led to believe certain facts by seemingly trustworthy characters. You are unknowingly lulled into believing them because of their appearance. They are either good looking or seem to be the victim of the tale. The hideous monsters normally don't get to tell their part of the tale until later on in the story. And by that time, most people have already built up a character profile of the monster and automatically charge him with the sentence of guilty, punishable by death. I do dig a lot of the Witcher elements in the story, but I feel this is where Andrzej's real power of storytelling shines and why the Witcher series has been such a success. He makes you sympathize for characters at first, and then later when you hear the accused side of the story, you sympathize with them as well sometimes. And many times find out that the monster is the good guy in the story, which causes the reader some consternation. Anyway, if you like the novels or video games, then you will like this graphic novel. It has drowners waiting to pull their prey beneath the water surface, bruaks lurking in the dark places, grave hags leering from cemeteries, and Leshens stalking out their territory, and many other accursed foul beasts waiting for your discovery. Through the series, you also get a fair bit of Witcher lore too, about that medallion that Geralt hangs around his neck, and the purpose of his life, their code of conduct. All in all, I really enjoyed this read and would encourage anyone interested in the series to pick this story up, as you would not be disappointed. Well, that's it for now. Until next time, check out my comic book YouTube channel, Comics on the Pyre, for other videos like this one. Tap on that bell icon before you go, and oh yes, until next time, as always, keep reading, my friends.